Hi, everybody. My name is Jim Cerny. I'm the current vice president of STUG, that is the Sarasota Technical Users Group. This is our regular monthly meeting, which will start at 7 p.m. this evening. And we're having a half hour early session of a help desk from 6:30 to 7. The date is December 3rd, 2025. And it's almost just about 6:30, so we're going to start our help desk question and answer session. So I throw it open now, and we have James McIntyre waving a hand like crazy. Jim, what do you got for us?
Okay, I want to ask a question. I use Outlook for my email, which is part of Office 365. And I'm getting so much junk mail, I'm usually getting about 50 or 60 a day.
Wow.
So I'm trying to get rid of that junk mail. And there's an option that we can click on the email and then click on junk mail. And then there's another button that I can click and say delete or block. So but it takes about, say, 3 or 4 weeks for it to really start working. So I want to know, is there any way to stop that faster? I know if you can find unsubscribe on the message, but you can't find that.
What is the mail system again?
Outlook.
Outlook.
Outlook. Oh, okay. So if you are using a desktop app like Outlook, and you want to mark something as spam, it's not being marked as spam on the server. It's being processed by the Outlook app itself. So I don't know what your server options are, but I know that for Google Gmail and for the service that I use, there is an option on the server in Gmail to go into and say, I want to flag this particular email address as spam and never send it to my inbox. And what you want to do is find out if the server that you're connecting to has like a web login maybe, and see if there's an option to block a particular message at the server level, not in your app. Does that make sense?
Well, maybe, but there should be some way that I could block it. Like if I could find this unsubscribe, when I find that.
Don't unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe if it's junk mail, because all they do then is know that you're looking at your emails, and they're going to not only send you other emails, they're going to spread your name around to other people as well.
Right.
Well,
Unless it's something you absolutely subscribe to, don't unsubscribe.
well, when I've unsubscribed in the past, it's usually stopped it and it's been good. But usually you can't find that unsubscribe. So I have to do the block.
It all depends on whether the email is coming from a legitimate website, which will have a valid unsubscribe, or if, as Huey said, if it's already as junk mail, then hitting unsubscribe is basically telling the sender, hey, there's a real user that they found.
I think in my experience, I have used unsubscribed, and in some cases, like maybe 30, 40%, it seemed to work. But the other times I tried to unsubscribe, it did no good. And even if it does successfully unsubscribe an address, they pass your name around and they just send it from another address.
Yeah. That's why I started using what they call aliases. And I only hand out what's called an alias address to anything I subscribe to. And if I start getting junk mail, I can just delete the alias.
James, to get back to your question, how many sincere, real people are in your contact list that you don't want to lose or cut off from your email? 100?
No, I don't think any of my contacts are cut off from my email.
No, I know. How many do you want to make sure are not going to be cut? How many do you want to keep on your email address book?
I want to keep them all. I've got about
How many is that?
74, I think it is.
Okay. With 74 or 100 or less, it may be in your interest to come up with a new email address and tell everybody this is my new email address and start over.
You said that you're using Outlook. What is the mail server? Do you know?
Comcast.
Comcast. Okay, great. So what you can do is log directly into Comcast's webmail, and they will have in the webmail the ability for you to select a message and say, this is spam address. Don't send it to me, my inbox anymore. And then it will get removed and sent into your trash, and you'll never see it in your Outlook. That's
And that would
the
be
only
through
way to
the-
make it, the only way to block it from Outlook is to stop it at the server. And if you're on Comcast, you need to log into Comcast through the web and block it from there.
So on the Comcast website, can I do that?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to log into your Comcast webmail portal and then highlight that message, and you'll have options. One of them should be to flag it as spam.
Oh. Have to do that for each one every time. Oh, that's.
From a different, if it's coming from a different address, then yes.
If I
Okay.
may make a suggestion, James, I periodically go, you don't have to do this every day, but this is for anybody. It is worth it if you're using a web-based or web-originated email service like Comcast, or in my case, Spectrum. Other Sparklight is here also now. To go to the website, and if you have to ask or call them and ask them how to get to that, very often, like webmail.roadrunner.com used to be my address. I'd have to go to the webmail.roadrunner.com website to log in, and I could do all of that clearing there. And then when I used Outlook, or at the time I was using Thunderbird to download, I didn't get any spam because I was blocking them at the server.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's the big takeaway, thanks to Drew and Jolyn, is that you want to have more control. To have more control over your email, you need to go through the server, which is handling your email first before it actually sends it to you, to give it a chance to block the ones that you don't want.
Okay.
Can you report next month how that turns out for you, James?
Yes, I'll give it a try and see.
Okay,
And
that's your
then
homework assignment over the holidays.
And then James, I'm going to put into the chat right now the web URL for your Comcast email. It's xfinity.com/email.
Okay, thank you, Drew. Shall we move on to another question? Jolyn, you have your hand still up, but I think that may be from before. Do you have a
No,
question?
I was still waiting. I don't
Okay.
mind waiting my turn.
Okay.
We came into we ran into an interesting situation with a brand new computer setting up a new Windows 11 or a Microsoft account. They're in the process. Microsoft is in the process of changing the CAPTCHA, which are used to have little boxes, and you'd have to pick the traffic lights or the crosswalk or the buses. Well, one of our members came in with a new computer. She never had used her old with Windows 10. She hadn't used her email, so she had no clue. We set up a new account for her, and it throws you into a different kind of capture process. The first 10 tries were a little cartoon of a guy on like pads, and you had to use the arrows to move him around the screen. And then it went to an audio check. So just be aware with a brand new Windows machine, setting up a brand new Microsoft account, be prepared for some shenanigans trying to get them to recognize you as a human being. That's basically my, if you
Very
haven't seen
good.
it yet,
Thank
it's
you.
coming.
There was a cartoon of a couple getting married, and the pastor or priest had to give them a "Are you a human?" test at the wedding to see if they're really human.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Comment.
Come on, somebody.
Okay, how about AR? There was an email floating around through STUG from one of our board members about supposedly a new emerging technology that's called AR. And I think it stands for, Huey, you're probably aware of this. No?
I've never heard of AR.
AR is
Augmented reality.
Reality.
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank
Tim. Yes, augmented
Augmented
reality.
reality. And so I looked it up on the internet, and what it claims to be is that it takes your real reality, whatever you see, and augments it with unreal or artificial images, people, environments, whatever. So it mixes the real environment with an artificial environment where VR, virtual reality, is all artificial all the time, all over. And AR, it's partially real and partially artificial, and supposedly you won't be able to tell the difference. Why is this a emerging technology? I don't know. Why they consider it anything really special, but evidently it is. Does anybody know any
Wasn't that
articles or
part of
knowledge about AR?
wasn't that part of the Pac-Man thing where they had Pac-Man all over the country and you went out there with your phone and looked for the various creatures or whatever they were from that world, and they put them basically in your world, but you had to point your camera at it. That was part of that augmented reality thing, I believe.
Pokemon. It was Pokemon.
Pokemon. Okay, Pokemon. Hey, I think it was also to allow you to edit yourself into the movie or edit yourself into the so it's sort of like creating your own reality of something that you've seen or you've recorded.
Well, my understanding is the AR is in VR is you got to have some kind of a mask on, and so you're going to, and the thing with the augmented reality is you're just, the table's going to be in front of you, but you're liable to trip over it.
Yeah.
And it's but it's been around a long time. It's not new and it's not emerging.
Well,
There's been
Microsoft,
equipment for it
Tim,
and so on for a
they've
while.
got a new thing coming out from Microsoft that's supposed to really be different. Okay, so it's just a new. So that's why I sent out a note to you're copied on the note and said we should look at it to see what it really is. A suggestion, because
Well, good.
supposedly,
You can do it and be the expert.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm barely.
Hollywood's been
I
doing
still
that
think it's
with
machine intelligence, not artificial intelligence. So I'm already in the wrong ball game.
Yeah, me too. And the word intelligence is the one that got me stumped.
Yes. Well, that's why I
Yeah.
said machine as opposed to person. Yeah.
I remember the
thank you.
movie Forrest Gump where they put Forrest in all these situations in historic or old films. They put him right in there. Okay, another question. Somebody come up with something?
I have a question.
Okay, great, Marcia.
Is this a time for asking technical questions?
Perfect time for it. Yes.
Okay, this is my problem. My iPhone and my iWatch are 2 minutes behind.
Huh. That's
How do I
interesting.
get them to catch up to real time?
Are they both on the same time exactly
Yes.
together?
They are both 2 minutes behind.
Okay. I have no idea.
I've never seen it before.
It was really weird. I was looking at my Alexa and she said 7 o'clock. And I'm looking at my watch and my phone and she said 6:58. And it's been that way for days.
Wow. All I can think of is in my car, there's a clock in my car, and you have an option. Do you want that clock to be updated like from the satellites or whatever, or do you want it to just let it keep its own time? And I always select update it so that I don't have to touch it.
That's usually
Could there be a command in the iPhone or iWatch that in any way would adjust or automatically adjust the time?
Check the
Marcia,
settings. Yeah.
Marcia,
Can you
do you have
track
more than, do you have more than one Miss A device?
More than one what device?
Miss A, I call it Miss A so we don't set off
Oh,
everybody's.
yes. I have a Ziggy and an Alexa.
Okay, I have two names as well. I would suggest unplugging them and plugging them back in. They may be the ones that are off.
No, they're not. Because I've
Have
looked
you,
to
have you
see.
tried to power off your devices and power them back up again?
Good question. How do I power off my watch?
There's a way to power it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know how to do Windows, and in Windows there's a time you can tell it to resync.
Yeah, I know it's Windows. Have you, is your watch hooked to the internet by itself, or is it going through your phone?
Do you pay
You
It
may be
has
getting the time from the phone.
It
You
has
may be
its
getting
own
the time
line.
from the phone. And then, so I'd suggest powering down your iPhone and then powering it back up again. See if that corrects it.
Okay, I just turned it off, so I'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, reply from John. Did he put it in the chat? Let me look. Yeah, check your chat messages.
Somebody beat me to the punch.
Okay.
Diane has her hand up.
Okay, please, thank you. Diane?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I live up here in Leesburg and I have another club. So I had a new member today and he has a Mac and a laser printer. And he asked the question of, it was an HP printer. And he said that his printer was showing on his Wi-Fi as an available network, like a hotspot, or he said it said SSID. So I looked online already and there's a few answers about that, but I just wondered if there was a setting or something somebody knew that he needed to do.
If on the printer's screen what you're seeing is the SSID, it might be that the printer is not actually connected to the Wi-Fi yet.
Yeah, I did not think that a printer could be a hotspot.
Well,
I don't think it can be. I don't.
Yeah, he didn't say it was a hotspot. He just said it was, when you go out to look at your network and like you're going to connect on another device, it shows available networks. He said his printer was showing as an available network. I know, and I did see that problem. I did see that problem when I researched the internet, but I just did it a few seconds before I asked this question. So I haven't read everything.
I
The
have
answer.
John,
ahead.
Go ahead.
John has her hand up to
Well,
answer.
the thing that at the computer club we have two HP LaserJet printers. Both of them show up as Wi-Fi because they're both connected to the Wi-Fi, so our members can come in and I know on the Mac and the iPhone it's the AirDrop, but I can Wi-Fi print to my printer. So
Right.
it may just be
What,
that the printer's actually online and therefore connectable via
Yeah,
the
I
internet.
yeah, I
it,
understand that too, but I think he wanted to turn it off, so that was
I think that what you're referring to is
Yeah.
what they call Wi-Fi Direct. And the
yeah,
printer may
yeah,
may
that's
have what's called Wi-Fi Direct, and that's what
okay.
you want to turn off.
How would he do that? Do you have any
in
idea?
the software, in the HP software, HP
In the
Smart
area,
software.
okay, so the HP software on his Mac,
Yeah, it's called
right?
HP Smart.
HP Smart software, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right,
app is called HP Smart. So
yeah, I thought it was just a setting. Thank you.
Could
Yeah.
somebody explain to me how the printer would think it's a Wi-Fi network by itself?
No.
Now, some printers, like laser printers, have the ability to print directly from a computer without being on a separate Wi-Fi network. Let's say you go to a trade show and you don't have a Wi-Fi network. Some printers have their own print server, essentially, their own Wi-Fi network that you can connect to, so that it's called Wi-Fi Direct, and it's a direct connection between your PC and the printer.
Okay, so the Wi-Fi is connecting the printer to your PC. It is not connecting the printer to a general Wi-Fi network that's out in
Correct.
the open.
Correct.
I see. Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Good question.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I give a solution to my problem with my 2 minutes?
Absolutely.
I followed what was suggested on the chat, and I had also rebooted my phone, and I went to the settings, and so I don't know whether it was rebooting the phone or following what the first suggestion was, but now my phone and my watch are on real time. And I did notice in my settings, the toggle switch for automatic was turned off. And I wonder if, I mean, I wouldn't have turned it off, but I did update it recently. So during the update process, maybe it turned it off.
Couldn't have.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Funny
I don't know.
things can happen.
A lot of things we never have answers to.
Yeah, I've been going through issues where all of a sudden my earphones don't work with my computer, or the camera doesn't work. And I reboot and it finds it correctly and it works. So I have not changed any settings, but sometimes when you boot up, not all the connections are made perfectly every time. Does anybody else have experiences like that where you boot
Welcome to
up and the device doesn't
technology.
work?
Well, sometimes it has to do with the speed of drivers loading. Sometimes one will load quicker than another
Yeah.
one, and that can make a difference.
I suspect that I'm in too much of a hurry and I click on something to do something and I interrupt the normal boot up process with a command. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. I think we have time for one or two more questions. Anybody?
Steve's got his
Steve
hand.
Parker, I see you have your hand up there, buddy.
Yeah, you've got the Apple Watch and an iPhone, right? Jim,
I do?
do you?
I do.
No, I have an iPhone, but not an Apple Watch.
No? Oh, okay. Well, I was wanting to know if anybody that, oh, it was Bill. That's right. Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, Bill Crow.
Yeah. How many apps that are on your iPhone do you offload or use instead on your Apple Watch?
I don't use a lot of apps on my Apple Watch. and you can control how many there are on your watch. It's in if you go to your
would you actually want to have it on both, or are you better off having an app on one and not the other?
yeah, if I have one, it's on both. Okay. I don't think there's a reason not to have it on both if you so desire.
Yeah, well, I guess if you had notifications, you wouldn't want it going off on both of them, though, would you?
Mine does. But your
Yeah.
apps are so small on the phone, on the watch, that you're better off on the phone.
And why wouldn't you want the notifications on both? Having it on your watch is very convenient.
A lot of times I'll have my phone, my watch will vibrate and I'll forget that I have my phone volume turned down. So that way I still get it.
Brenda has her hand up.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time for this. I'm running a Zoom on my iPad, and I think it's Zoom 6610 maybe, but it just blinks, constantly flashes on the left-hand side, and the only thing to counteract that is to bring up chat or just something that takes up the right space. And once I close the chat, then it starts flashing again. Anybody run into this problem?
I don't install it and reinstall.
Okay. And I just noticed is AI Companion, is that running? Because I noticed that if that's running, it does that. If
AI Companion is on the Zoom software.
Okay.
It's not on your computer.
Right. So, but would that cause it to flash?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, Brenda, thank you.
Sure
thing. Okay, we just have a few minutes left. We have one more really, really good question.
Or two bad ones.
What is life?
Yeah.
George, you have your hand up.
I think you're muted, George. There you go.
Yeah. I hear Pebble is being open sourced, so we can all go and use AI to write Pebble apps.
I'm sorry,
Pebble
could you
was the
say that
original
again? I
launch.
didn't catch it, George.
I'm getting some feedback.
We're getting an echo. We're getting an echo.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a speaker near a microphone.
No, Pebble was the original smartwatch, and they've open sourced it apparently. So I love the Pebble. I didn't go for the Apple Watch.
Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas.